Anthony Joshua break his public silence for the first time since the crash. In a post that was shared to Instagram, the world heavyweight released an image alongside what appears to be perhaps the parents of Gami and Ayodele, offering a quiet but powerful tribute to two men.
People came out to show their respects, but they also came out to support Anthony Joshua, because what must he be going through right now? Yeah.
Anthony Joshua broke down in tears at the funeral of his close friends, Sina and Lats after being discharged from a Lagos hospital following the tragic car crash that took their lives. AJ returned to the UK and attended the funeral at London Central Mosque. Known for his strength and calm nature, the heavyweight champion showed raw emotion as the reality of the loss hit him. Later, Joshua shared his first post on social media, uploading photos with the victims' families and writing just 4 words, "My brother's keeper," a quiet but powerful tribute to the men he lost. Spencer Fearon's moment with Anthony Joshua revealed just how heavy AJ's heart was that day. Without saying a word, their brief embrace said everything. Inside the mosque, AJ wasn't a champion or global star. He was simply a man grieving the loss of brothers he deeply loved. Anthony Joshua's first post after the tragedy captured his pain in the most honest way possible. Sitting beside the families of Sina and Latif, his caption wasn't about boxing or strength. "My brother's keeper" was a promise of loyalty, remembrance, and respect. His grief was quiet, real, and deeply human.
Walking out, because I wasn't going to go say anything to him, but I was walking out, then I got a tap on the shoulder, I turned around, it was Anthony Joshua. You know what I mean? And we had a brief chat and a little embrace and that. And then I left, but it was, funerals are never good, but.
Johnny Nelson's reflection cut straight to the core of the tragedy. Losing 2 men Anthony Joshua trusted with both his training and his life shook him deeply. These weren't just team members. They were brothers, and their sudden deaths left a weight that will stay with AJ forever.
And this is Anthony Joshua's first post since the tragic accident. Okay, this came from his social media, and of course, if you guys didn't see it in the preview of the video, it was simple but strong and powerful, and it stated, "My brother's keeper." And in this situation, it means that he's going to take care of everything. He's responsible for his brothers.
This tragedy highlights a painful truth AJ now faces. Champions train for battle, not for loss. Questions like why them come without warning. No amount of strength, fame, or preparation can shield someone from grief. Outside the ring, life is unpredictable, and pain does not care who you are.
These 2 young men that lost their lives and their families, how it's affected their families. So you want to concentrate on AJ. How's it going to affect AJ? Instead of concentrating on how's it affected the people that have lost their children.
After the funeral, Anthony Joshua's words reflected a shift in perspective. Beyond titles, belts, and victories, he was forced to confront what truly matters. Losing Sina and Latif so suddenly reminded him, and everyone watching, that loyalty, memories, and people outweigh any achievement in the ring.
You look at it's always the people that are the best, or, you know what I mean, that end up going first. And you examine like, well, why wasn't it me, or why did this have to happen?
Gerald Miller's reaction showed how deeply this tragedy affected the boxing world. Even rivals felt the pain. No fighter, no matter how tough, is prepared to lose brothers like this. Miller's response echoed what fans everywhere felt. This wasn't boxing drama. This was real loss.
Just trying to find happiness within yourself. A true blessing is actually making it into this earth. Everyone dies at some stage, So I think across the board, one has to be happy inside. No matter about the material possession one owns, how that's a car and a driving. Very, very careful of other people we choose to hang around with and associate them, because you soon become like the people who spend most of his hell. The sheep come that comes around with lions, she receive with another lie. So to pick your friends and your circle wisely, much as the kids is, it starts to flourish and grow, and blossom, rather than perish, made away, and die. So look at the environment, it's the same.
Johnny Nelson also reminded fans that beyond the spotlight, AJ's friends were real people with real families. Losing someone close in an instant changes everything. This moment forced reflection, not just for Joshua, but for the entire sport. Life is fragile, and pain runs deeper than any fight.
You don't know what other people are going through. And even though AJ,
Payname's observation highlighted the severity of the crash. Anthony Joshua may be a warrior in the ring, but surviving a violent accident that killed two of his closest allies would shake anyone. The emotional recovery from such trauma can be harder than any physical injury.
It's just sad. It just makes you realise how valuable life is, and how things can change in a heartbeat. So when we talk about fights and we talk about beefs, and these things are just nothing when it comes to real life and losing your life. So it was a sad thing to hear, a sad thing to see. God knows how it'll affect those that saw it mentally, emotionally. But you've got to think about these two men who were somebody's child, someone's brother, and that's what you've got to think about, those people that have lost their lives.
Legal experts also weighed in on the aftermath. Nigerian authorities have charged the driver involved with dangerous driving after the Lexus SUV carrying AJ and his friends struck a stationary truck. While the focus remains on grief and loss, the case highlights accountability. In Nigeria, reckless driving that leads to death carries serious prison consequences, reminding everyone how avoidable road tragedies can be.
It's such a severe car accident there. Like, alright, he's lucky enough to still be alive, but fuck me, his body must be going through a lot right there. This is not a man who winces in pain easily, right? He gets punched for a living. And obviously, like, you're supposed to take people out of car accidents like that with great care because you don't want to...
This tragedy goes far beyond physical injuries. Anthony Joshua survived a crash that could have taken his life too, while killing his strength coach and trainer. He walked away with minor wounds, but emotional scars run deep. Survivor's guilt, grief, and loss are battles no champion can train for. This isn't about toughness or titles. It's about carrying on when the people you love didn't make it.